Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn a new chapter in geography. Our 8th chapter, India, climate, vegetation and wildlife. What is vegetation? What is wildlife? Vegetation means the plant kingdom, and that means the flora of a particular region. And wildlife. Wildlife means fauna or animal kingdom of a particular region. Here we are going to discuss about India's climatic condition, vegetation and the wildlife. Here first the climatic condition of India. Weather. The difference between weather and climate, from second standard onwards, we are just discussing about the difference between weather and climate. First one, weather. Weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere. So, what is climatic condition? That is for a long time. It just continue the same. And here, weather is the day-to-day changes in the atmosphere. It includes changes in the temperature, rainfall and sunshine. When we wake up in the morning, we know that is it a sunny day, foggy day, rainy day or any other features further. Here we are discussing about that. How can we recognize the seasons in India? India have 4 major seasons. First one, cold weather season. That means winter. The second season, hot weather season. That is summer season, our vacation time and all. Then southwest monsoon season. That is rainy season. When our school restart, we know that June 1st onwards we are receiving a particular rain. That is southwest monsoon. Then the season of retreating monsoon. That is autumn. These are the 4 major seasons in India. Cold weather season, that is winter season. It between the months of December to February. The next one, hot weather season. That is summer season, March to May. Then southwest monsoon season, rainy season. I already told you it's the reopening time. That is June to September. Then season of retreating monsoon. That means autumn, October to November, the flowery season. Then we can discuss about, one by one. Now we can discuss about cold weather season or winter season. During the winter season, the sun rays do not fall directly in the region. That is the difference of winter season and other seasons. That is, sun rays do not fall directly in the region. Then, as a result, the temperature are quite low in northern India. This one more speciality is that other time our temperature are quite low. What's the reason? That is the sun rays do not fall directly in the region. Then hot weather season or summer season. We know that is a very hot and dry climate. In the hot weather season, sun rays more or less directly fall in the region. That is, directly fall in the region. The temperature becomes very high. At that season, a particular wind blows at the daytime. That hot and dry wind of this season, it is called Lu. And then southwest monsoon season or rainy season. This season is marked by the onset and advance of monsoon. The wind blows from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal towards the land. That makes these kinds of season. They carry moisture. Okay, you know that the wind comes from sea or ocean, moisture should be there. And they carry moisture with them. When these winds strike the mountain barriers, rainfall occurs. That is the speciality of southwest monsoon season. Then, season of retreating monsoon or autumn. Winds move back from the mainland to the Bay of Bengal. This season is called retreating monsoon season. The first we already studied the southwest monsoon. It comes from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. And at the retreating monsoon season, what happens? It moves back from the mainland to Bay of Bengal. The southern parts of India, particularly Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, receive rainfall in this season. The climate of India had broadly been described as monsoon. The monsoon, the term comes from an Arabic word, mausim, which means seasons. So, monsoon is taken from the Arabic word mausim. That means seasons. Agriculture in India is dependent on rains. No doubt, in our particular region also, when we start cultivation of or agriculture, we are depending monsoon rains. The climate of a place is affected by different factors. Which are the factors that affected the climate? That are location, altitude, distance from the sea and relief. So what is location? That is a geographical condition. Altitude, the heights. Then distance from the sea, that is how much distance from the sea, because we know that from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, a particular wind with moisture that blows. And then relief features. You know that relief features, physiographic features of India, plains, mountains, plateaus. These are the relief features, oceans, different water bodies, land covering region, all those come under relief features. Therefore, we experience regional difference in the climatic condition of India. What we received in Rajasthan, it is entirely different from what we experienced in Kerala, because it's a plain coastal region and then there it's an arid region. Next we can discuss about natural vegetation. The grasses, shrubs and trees which grow on their own without interference or help from human beings are called natural vegetation. What kind of plant that emerge or nourish us naturally? That type of vegetation is called a natural vegetation without the help of human beings. At home, we are preparing our kitchen garden and all. We are making our kitchen garden. But what type of agriculture it is? That is, the human interference should be there. But in natural vegetation, there is no human interference. That type of vegetation are called natural vegetation. Different types of natural vegetations are dependent on different climatic conditions, among which the amount of rainfall is very important. Due to varied climatic condition, India has a wide range of natural vegetation. We can see different species of grass, shrubs and trees. Different species were there. Then tropical rainforest. These are the categorization of forest. Tropical rainforest. The term itself, the meaning of that is there. Rainforest. Because it occurs in the areas which receive heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall. That's why it is known as rainforest. It is also called evergreen forest. They are so dense. It shed their leaves at different times of the year. They always appear green and are called evergreen forest. The important trees come under this category, that are mahogany, ebony and rosewood. And then these are thick canopies also. The sunlight, it just shed its lights very rarely because it is so dense. Then tropical deciduous forest. That is the second category of forest, tropical deciduous forest. They are less dense and also called monsoon forests. They shed their leaves at a particular time of the year. The important trees under tropical deciduous forest, that are sal, teak, peepal, neem and shisha. Then thorny bushes, found in dry areas of the country. The leaves are in the forms of spines to reduce the loss of water. Cactus, kea, babul and kikar are the example for that. Then mountain vegetation. A wide range of species is found in the mountain region. You can see that the thick, conical shaped trees are more in mountainous region. Most of the trees are in conical shape. These trees are called coniferous trees. The shape of the trees. Normally we are uses as Christmas trees and all. You know the shape of the Christmas tree, no? That is conical in shape. And these types of trees are known as coniferous forest. Here, pine, deodar are the example of mountain vegetation. Now, mangrove forest. These forests can survive in saline water, mainly found in Sundarbans in West Bengal and in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Sundari is a well-known species of tree. That tree, with the help of that tree, because of that tree, it got the name Sundarban Delta. The mangrove forest, Sundari trees are grown more in mangrove forest. That's why the deltas in West Bengal are called Sundarban Delta. This is a natural vegetation, that is a natural habitat for Royal Bengal tiger. Then, why are forests necessary? No doubt, it is necessary in our life. Forests are very useful and perform various functions. First one, plants release oxygen that we breathe and absorb carbon dioxide. At the time of photosynthesis, you know that the plants, when they prepare the food, they release oxygen. And then forests provide us with timber for furniture, fuel wood, fodder, medicinal plants and herbs, lac, honey, gum, etc. Forests are natural habitat of wildlife. Natural vegetation has been distorted to a large extent because of the reckless cutting of trees. When we start the reckless cutting of trees, what will happen? The disappearance of forest will be there. That is known as deforestation. Then, wildlife. Forests are the home of variety of species of animals and a large variety of reptiles, amphibians, mammals, birds, insects and worms which dwell in the forest. That is the animal kingdom. Wildlife is known as animal kingdom. The tiger is our national animal. It is found in various parts of the country. First, lion was considered as a national animal, but later it changed it to tiger. And then, Gir forest in Gujarat is a home for Asiatic lion, the Gir forest. Elephants and one-horned rhino. You know that elephants and one-horned rhino. And it is found in Assam. Assam, Kashiranga National Park in Assam. Then camels and wild asses are found in the Great Indian Desert and the Rann of Kutch respectively. So in Gir forest we can see Asiatic lion. In Sundarban Delta, West Bengal, we can see Royal Bengal tiger. And then elephants and horned rhino, it's in the forest of Assam. And then in Kerala and Karnataka. And then the camels and wild asses we can see in the Great Indian Desert and Rann of Kutch. Where is Rann of Kutch? It's in Gujarat. Then the peacock is our national bird. Then other plants like parrots, pigeon, myna, geese, bulbul and ducks we can see in various parts of India. There are several bird sanctuaries which have been created to give birds their natural habitat. In Kerala, in Ernakulam, we know that, okay, Iravikulam National Park is the Thattekad Bird Sanctuary is the Periyar Wildlife Reserve, the different, okay, species, it is protected in these national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries and all. Then, cobras and kraits. The cobras and different types of snakes, the cobras and kraits are important among them. The king cobra. Due to the cutting of forest and hunting, several species of wildlife in India are declining rapidly because of deforestation, because of human encroachment. Many species have already become extinct. The best example, cheetah. It is extinct. Dodo. Okay. In order to protect them, many national parks, sanctuaries and biosphere reserves have been set up. To protect these animals, we know that a lot of number of national park sanctuaries and biosphere reserves were there. Apart from that, the government have also started different projects and schemes to protect animals. First one, Project Tiger, Project Elephant and Project Rhino is also there. The one-horned rhino in Kaziranga National Park in Assam, we can see one-horned rhino. And then the Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project Rhinos are the example of different schemes, what different projects or schemes introduced by the government. Then national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. In Kerala, Anamudi Sholar, Kerala, Bandipur in Karnataka, Gir Forest in Gujarat, Kanha in Madhya Pradesh, Kaziranga in Assam, Chinnar in Kerala, Silent Valley, Kerala, Sundarban Delta in West Bengal. And then the Anamudi, Kerala, because of the geographical condition, it is played a vital role. Then Bandipur, Gir Forest, it's a natural habitat for Asiatic lion. Kanha in Madhya Pradesh, Kashiranga, it is famous for one-horned rhino. Chinnar in Kerala, it has special varieties of squirrel we can see in here. And then the special kind of Silent Valley, what is the speciality of that? There is no sound of certain insects and all because it is known as Silent Valley. Then Sundarban Delta, because of Sundari trees, it got its name. This is in West Bengal. These are the important national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. More than that is there in Kerala, Idukki, Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary. Then in Ernakulam, Iravikulam National Park. And then like Anamudi, Pambadunjola, different names are there, and it is also played its own vital role to protect different species of animals and birds. Thank you, dears. This is about natural vegetation, climatic condition and wildlife.